Is there nothing more magical than trekking to a new ballpark, walking past its unique features, and then emerging from the tunnel to take a look at the beauty that is a Major League Baseball stadium? Well, today we're going to skip that whole travel part for you. Critiquing every MLB stadium secrets and hidden gems is coming up right after this. Okay, so as I have said before in these videos, I am not an architect, I am not an engineer, and this is not a serious critique. Now, there are a few Easter eggs in this vid which I will tell you about at the end of this video. One of the most maligned ballparks on this list, the Trop, is one of the last stadiums with an artificial playing surface. This park was built for the purpose of attracting a team in 1990 and sat empty for 8 years. And when they started playing in it, yup, this happened. A lot. Some of the catwalks are in fair territory. It was built on a former gas plant, so they had to remove toxic chemicals from the ground. It's located far away from Tampa, and the inside looks as sterile as a hospital. But hey, they have a touch tank. Progressive Field, originally Jacobs Field or the Jake, helped usher in an era of retro classic ballparks. With a mini green monster and other unique features, the team retired the number 455 to celebrate their sellout streak from 1995 to 2001. It also harbors the current longest championship drought in the MLB. You knew that shade was coming. You knew it was coming. There is so much failure in this stadium, it might need its own video. Before it opened, there was a lawsuit over its funding, an SEC investigation, and a mayoral recall as the public outcry over this dumpster fire reached a head in 2011. And let's not even talk about the on-field play, the tacky statue in center field, the trouble they had growing grass, its leaky roof, Jeter's fleecing of the team, and after bilking all the taxpayers, nobody comes to the damn games. A bucket list stadium opened in 1912, Fenway has some of the oddest dimensions in the league. The stadium's most notable feature is the Green Monster, which was built to keep spectators who hadn't paid from watching the game. There's Pesky's Pole, the Triangle, and Williamsburg. The scoreboard inside the wall is still manually operated. In 1999, ownership threatened to build a new Fenway Park to increase the value of the franchise as John Harrington wanted to sell the team, which he did to owners who cared about winning. Nothing but clean sight lines and symmetry, the K has been lauded as one of the best places to watch a baseball game. The fountains in center field, known as the Water Spectacular, are one of the park's most distinctive features. Turf was removed and grass was brought back in 1995. Opened in 2001, PNC Park is located right on the Allegheny River and features views of Pittsburgh's many bridges. Only one player, Dale Ward, has hit a ball directly into the moat. They also serve Primanti Brothers, so if you lose a bet, you can eat Pittsburgher.
I have the most unfortunate of items. Shit on a sandwich.
After ditching the garbage bag Metrodome, in which baseballs disappeared into the roof, the Twins opted for the outdoor Target Field. Opened in 2010, it's a clean and classic park, which has seen very few games canceled due to snow. We do miss Kirby Puckett and his super leaps against the hefty sack, though. Petco Park looks a lot like the other retro classic parks in the league. Interesting note, after 3 attempts, PETA bought a brick in the stadium and inscribed on it, "Break open your cold ones, toast the Padres, enjoy this champion organization," which spells out boycott Petco. Ah, PETA, stick to naked chicks. One of the most unusual names for a ballpark, Guaranteed Rate Field retained many of the features of the old Comiskey Park, including the exploding scoreboard to honor Bill Veeck. In 2016, Rolling Stone said the park had the worst name in all of sports, but at least you know you're getting the best rate for what, I don't know. Baseball's newest park opened just 2 years ago as the Braves abandoned Turner Field after only 20 years. Most ballparks have a 35-year lifespan. Sounds familiar. Earlier this year, the body of a construction worker was found in a walk-in freezer at the park. Yes, really. SunTrust Field is proud of its Wi-Fi, which can handle 14,000 concurrent users who want to instantly post a video of Jose Urania plunking Ronald Acuna. Once named Enron Field, Minute Maid Park features a full-size steam engine which gets moving after an Astro hits a dinger. The park is built at the old Union Station site in downtown Houston. Center field used to feature Tal's Hill, which had an incline and flagpole in play and created spectacular catches and plays. It was removed in 2016. Boo. Opened in 2000, Comerica Park has kept the same name its entire history. The park features several statues, one of Ty Cobb, Ernie Harwell, and many ferocious tigers. There is a working Ferris wheel, and the flagpole in left field used to be in fair play. Poles in the field of play are generally not a good idea. Nationals Park was opened in 2008, and because of factors like available materials and timelines, it was built in pieces and phases like Legos, which explains the stadium's disjointed architecture. Located in Southeast DC, you probably don't want to get lost around the area at night unless you're looking to score a dub. Old school 203 represent. One of the true cathedrals of baseball, Wrigley Field, better known as the Friendly Confines, is nothing short of its moniker. The place is congenial and welcoming, as every employee, usher, even the janitor has a warm smile and wants you to enjoy your experience at the ballpark. Wild wind patterns can cause unpredictability within the park. The manually operated scoreboard in center field can never be replaced, as it is considered a landmark, and night games weren't even played here until 1988. This stadium features one of the most unique structures in its fan-shaped retractable roof. Before the park opened, a crane collapsed, killing 3 workers. Bernie Brewer, who used to slide into a Pabst beer mug in the old county stadium days, now slides onto a platform instead. I hope that someday, where it's legal, a mega dispensary buys the naming rights to a ballpark, and after a home run, clouds of chronic get shot into the air as the team's mascot, Sir Toaks-a-Lot, gets lifted onto a platform. Open in 2000, AT&T Stadium features a body of water beyond the right field fence known as McCovey Cove. There have been 78 home team splash hits that have landed there, which allows for boaters in canoes to retrieve baseballs and fight off any sharks. There's also a huge glove in left field. No one has ever hit it with a baseball, as it is nearly 501 feet from home plate. Many parts of Citi Field are built as a tribute to Ebbets Field, the home of the Brooklyn Dodgers. The Jackie Robinson Rotunda honors his life and accomplishments. The Mets also brought things with them from Shea, like the home run apple. Luckily, they didn't bring any of the giant rats which lurked in the rafters. This year, the stadium caught fire in what is the most Met moment ever and the physical manifestation of this season. Great American Ballpark is not a literal name, it's an insurance company. The park has 2 smokestacks in center field which are designed to resemble old steamboats. They spew fire after a home run or a win. The terrace in center field looks like a boat too, and it looks like the Reds are steaming along to another last place finish. Smoking is banned entirely in and around this ballpark, which I can appreciate. A lot of the grounds are dedicated to Phillies legend Richie Ashburn, one of the most underrated players of all time. Ashburn Alley features attractions, restaurants, and a statue of the Hall of Fame outfielder. Though this stadium is over 50 years old, it went through major renovations in 1998 when the park was made retro classic by removing seats in center field and the California Spectacular was installed. Almost nothing is original from the Big A when it opened, as the stadium was essentially rebuilt on the old frame. Known as Busch Stadium 3, this ballpark is the third Cardinals stadium to carry the beer maker's name. The second iteration of Busch was a cookie-cutter multi-use stadium and was followed by this, a cookie-cutter baseball-only stadium. In 2006, fans were injured during a severe storm. That is about the only interesting thing I could find. The first of the retro classic designs, Camden Yards set the trend for the new era of MLB ballparks. Built in Baltimore's downtown, the stadium's most notable feature is the B&O warehouse, which sat empty before the park opened in 1992. The Orioles used the building for offices and retail outlets. It has been hit only once by a batted ball in 1993 during the Home Run Derby. Located on Blake Street in Denver, Coors Field used to be a place where balls would launch out of the yard faster than tourists going to a dispensary after landing at the Denver airport. That changed in 2002 when the humidor was installed, but that can't do anything about the elevation of the field, which allows balls to travel further. The park set records for home runs with 303 in 1999. This soon-to-be baseball-only stadium suffers one of the most unusual side effects of being a multi-use venue: huge foul areas. It is unknown whether they plan on filling in the vast farmland with seating when the Raiders take off on a bender for Las Vegas. The park suffered a sewage leak in 2013 where liquid excrement literally spewed into the dugout, which perfectly describes their play back then. They're doing okay this year. New Yankee Stadium took a lot of good from the old Yankee Stadium and got rid of a lot of the bad, like all those poles. Opened in 2009, the house that Jeter built features modern amenities, an updated monument park, and high ticket prices. Safeco Field features a retractable roof because, duh, it rains a lot in Seattle. The roof acts like a carport versus a dome and covers the fans and field like an umbrella. One of the greatest features of the park is the garlic fries, which after consumption will continue to seep through your pores like a fracking operation. Formerly known as the Ballpark, the Rangers have played here for nearly 24 years. The most distinguishing feature is Greens Hill, the area behind the center field fence, which allows fans to go retrieve home runs hit into the grass. Bonus fact, if you purchase a ticket to the right field terrace, there's a nacho and hot dog buffet, which is included with your admission, and the seats are pretty good and you can stuff your face the whole game for one price. Once known as the Bob or Bank One Ballpark, the stadium features a retractable roof which is more to keep the blaring heat and death ray sun out than the rain. The park also features a swimming pool which has seen its fair share of splash hits and pee. The first MLB stadium to feature a working retractable roof, Rogers Center, was formerly known as the Sky Dome. The multi-use venue has hosted an NFL game and has a hotel in center field. The hotel has been the site of many lewd acts as the guests believe the glass is one way, but no, it's two-way, and yeah, the crowd can see everything. And finally, we close with the aging Dodger Stadium, the 56-year-old venue which has only had one name. The phrase, "it never rains in Southern California," holds true as the stadium has held 1,471 consecutive games without a rainout and counting. One of the biggest criticisms of the park is access,